Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Circle of the World podcast, where we discuss Joe Abercrombie's First Law series. I am one of your hosts, Lord Chamberlain Jeffrey, and here are my co-hosts,
Archlector George,
and Harrison, the Adeptus Historical.
And we continue our coverage of Sharp Ends, the next entry in Joe's catalog. And for this episode, we read through Three's a Crowd. So let's get started. As usual, we got to thank you, the audience, for your support. It's been amazing to see the renewed interest, the renewed vigor and vim and vigor and all that.
Yes, despite our little miscommunication last week, there was a missed episode there.
Yeah.
Me and Jeffrey both thought that we were editing right up until Friday morning, and then we were both like, hang on a minute. Isn't there an episode?
Wait a minute. Yeah, I texted George like 3 o'clock a.m. my time or 2 a.m. something like that, and he goes, "Wait a minute, George, was this supposed to be me?" And then he goes, "Fuck, mate," and I'm like, "Fuck."
He always gets your accent wrong. It's so funny.
I know, I did Australian there. That was great.
Somewhere between Cockney and Australian,
You know me. I bend barriers. I bend genders. I do all that stuff. So.
Oh, you. Wow, I didn't realize, Jeffrey. I thought you were.
Is this your coming out story?
Conservative.
Conservative. I'm breaking that closet door open, baby. So, yes, we want to thank you for your continued support. We love you. We hope you love us, or at the very least, fear us. And we would like to remind you to follow us on our social media platforms, our YouTube page. And just we don't really have a community interaction segment this week. We just want to, keep an eye out for any future Reddit posts from us, since we're not exiled anymore. So we got a couple more lined up. So keep that up. Keep an eye out for that. And then in the meantime, we will start off with our best meme of the week. Georgie boy, this is you. Take it away.
So this is the Bloody Niner, the world famous Bloody Niner, our number one fan and friend of the podcast. And this is the meming every chapter for Sharp Ends. Yesterday near a village called Barden, near Barden on 582.
Barden!
And of course it must be about the crowning moment of that chapter where Gorst accidentally kills that poor man, who I can't remember the name of, just like Gorst. And it's what Gorst thinks he should feel, and it's like this sad, oh dear, like I've killed the comrade. What Gorst actually feels, well, he shouldn't have been standing there.
I'm pretty sure Josh's memeing powers has doubled since the last time we had him on.
Absolutely, there's so much effort put into this. I don't even know how to make a split picture with a GIF in it.
Yeah,
that
doesn't even know
is
how to make a meme.
He doesn't. No, that's true. This is some next level stuff, and this is brilliant. And we thank you for this.
Thank you for the advanced comedy.
We appreciate it. We love it. And number one fan. I wonder if Sir Spaceman or a couple of the other homies want to duke it out for.
That's what I'm doing. I'm intentionally trying to start an argument.
You're trying to start an argument. Let's see what happens in the Discord. Love it. So thank you for that. Oh, Bloody Niner, number one fan. We'll send you one of those like little sports number one fingers, right? Those things, just of the COTW podcast. Appreciate it. Thank you for that. So we'll move on to our chapter read through, which is Three's a Crowd. This is a long one, and it's set in Talons of Autumn 587. And this is all done through the perspective of our girl, of our homie, or hominess, or whatever. Shebediah. So she's hanging out. She's hanging out in a room overlooking the main concourse in Talons, where they're basically gonna crown the totally not bastard son of Manza Marcato, Snake and Serpent of Talons, and the kid's name is a Japo Mercato Rogant, and he is going to
A
be crowned.
totally straight male.
Totally straight male. Totally looks like Duke Rogant. Wink,
Yeah,
wink.
it's definitely not extremely pale like a Northman.
Certainly not overly large like a Northman either. No.
Well, in this case,
Anyways.
in this case, isn't he like 7, right? So he's like a young kid.
Actually, he's probably closer to 12 because this takes place 8 years before the start of the Age of Madness. And he seems to be fairly well. He's obviously before puberty. So I think he's closer to 12 because we know he was born before. He was born.
I'm pretty sure
Wait
it
a
says
minute.
he's like 7. I'm pretty sure it says it in
Well,
the
he
chat.
has to be born just
No,
after
no, no,
Vessel of Cold, right?
Yeah. No, I'm
Yes.
off. I'm sorry. My apologies. I was off by a decade. So yeah, he's 7. I was thinking he was. It's not 8 years.
Right.
18
It might
years
be
before.
18
Yeah.
or something like that. Right.
Yeah,
right,
it's 18
right,
years.
Yeah. So he's like 7. I believe it's said here he's 7. And so she's standing in this room along with the what we could say the mistress of whispers, right? Shiloh Vitari, shadow mistress of Monza. And they're overlooking this procession, this coronation of Japo for to witness the glorious Styria finally united, completely united, right, Harrison? Right? Is that this?
Once
Mostly.
and for all.
Mostly, Sapani's still technically not in the fold, but everybody else is. I think at this point.
Isn't Sapani ruled by that fucking guy that's like always like playing both sides or something?
Yes, the master manipulator.
Yes,
Master manipulator. I don't know about that.
Well, he may not be around anymore. He was already a really old man, but his son, I think, upheld that policy, and we know that his son married his daughter, or sorry, married his son to Orso's sister, but that hasn't happened yet. So maybe they're following Monza's lead at this point, but they definitely don't stay that way. Sapani, I mean, everybody else, as they say, everybody else has been kicked or prodded into line.
Except Westport, of course.
Mhm.
Yes.
Which we'll get onto.
Yes. So they're there, and they're commenting about how great things are going to be. When really, Monza has basically subjugated any potential dissenters, right? That she's done a lot of work, her and Shiloh, and then obviously shanked, King Casimir, rooting out any people that might potentially not view Jabo as the rightful ruler of Styria. But the line is that Jabo is the son of Duke Rogant and Grand Duchess of Tallin's Monza Mercato.
Yeah, I like the idea too that everybody kind of sees Monza as somebody who simultaneously as like, the farmer turned queen, warrior, princess, while also being an absolutely ruthless scumbag who killed everybody who was related to Orso just to take the throne for herself. But nobody can beat her in the field, as she points out, even though the Union's had some problems with what she's done. She beat them 3 times in the field. This is probably just one war, though, more than likely, that has occurred. Maybe 2. Because we know that a war happens right before the start of the Age of Madness. So this is either first or second war that's happened that they're referring to, that she's beaten them 3 times in the field. And, relatively speaking, if you think about it, she's a pretty good ruler. I mean, they seem to be doing fine. She's like full blown, Emperor of Mankind, Unite Styria level kind of person. Good at everything she does, or that's how it's perceived.
And plus, we know from Monza's perspective that she does want what's best for people in general. Like,
Yes.
she's not actually a bitch.
Yeah.
She just pretends to be.
Right.
She just pretends to be.
So the purpose of this meeting really is that Chev has done some let's say some freelance work for Shiloh, all done in the name of preserving
Freedom.
Yes, freedom. Well, preserve, just doing shadow work for Monza ultimately, and because of this, they gave her a gift from Harold the Finger. If we remember who that is, folks, that is the father of Crandall the Shipbag. The the one that that
The
Joffrey
weasel.
Weasel, wait. and this
Siberia.
and on this letter, in this letter, which is hilarious because it's written apparently definitely not by Harold, but with his mark. That is on this third day of blah blah blah, witnessed by blah blah. I, Harold Gashta, also known as Harold the Finger of Westport, do hereby extend my full forgiveness to the thief, Shebediah Ulkanan Mutmar. She gets a little annoyed about the use of the word thief, but whatever. For any and all offenses toward me, including but not limited to the cowardly murder of my own son, Crandall. She's like, cowardly? What the fuck? He's a coward himself. And he
I
goes,
love how she mentions that, and then she, in a minute, as she's reading through the letter, she's like, oh, she's like offended at certain wording, and Vitari's like, Shavedia, just don't worry about it. Just fucking
Just let
take
the
the
man
win.
have his wording.
yeah, and to end it off, he goes, I hereby give up any right to vengeance or recrimination and do solemnly swear in the absence of any further significant offense not to cause personal harm to the aforementioned Shebediah or any of her associates. And then he made his mark. And he's like, interesting. He made his mark. And Shiloh goes, all inspiring or not, the bastard cannot write any more than I can sing, which I like because she goes, I used to torture people. I would never be so heartless to subject them to my singing. So they part ways amicably. And because I believe Shiloh is going to be on her way to Sapani. What was that? What was that thing about Sapani? It was like
City of Whispers, City of Shadows.
but it was something like City of Screams, City of Whispers, something like very names. City of Sunlight, City of Shadows, Sapani.
Are you tired of going to the island of Thon for your vacation? All those big women? Super intimidating. Instead, come to Sapani, City of Shadows. Shitty.
He's shitty.
Come to Sapani, City of Shadows, City of Sluts.
Yes, so Shiloh, she's gonna be on her way there, and Chev, she takes that piece of paper and holds it to her heart as she makes her way back to her living quarters, where apparently Karkov is waiting there, and Chev is so excited. She's finally free. She doesn't have to necessarily go on the run anymore, because obviously we don't know where Javra is at this point.
I like this moment as she's about to go into the door.
Yeah,
This is like some of the most introspection we've gotten from her, and it's been like 14 years since we first saw her. So she's done a lot of growing up, I would say. And she's in there. She's talking about her tea set, and she's obviously done some sort of little life building with Kharkov in Talons, at least for some period of time, because she's they have a living space together and all of that. And I think it's sad though that despite all that, she's still scared that Kharkov is just gonna leave her immediately. She still has that fear, and obviously Kharkov has got a vice on Shvedia's heart. And but
yeah,
I also think it's really sweet that she's so excited to like finally be free. It's hard to like it's kind this book is it's a funny book XYZ, but like Shvedia is a pretty good person, has been on the run for 14 years.
It's something that really isn't her fault in the first place as well.
Yeah,
right.
it's not really. I mean, sure, she was a thief in Westport, but I mean, come on, it's Westport, city of culture, city of thieves,
yeah. I mean, in this universe, being a thief is probably one of the best things you could be.
Yeah. Yes. And so I just think it's important to have the perspective that it's a funny book, but like she's traumatized as fuck. she is somebody who has been on the run for 14 years of her entire adult life. She's basically been on the run across the world. Sure, got a lot of experiences, but is like in fight or flight mode 24/7. So
Yeah.
even now, when she's trying to like let her guard down and be happy, she still has this fear that it's all going to be ruined.
Yeah,
Sad.
absolutely. And you know what I do like in light of that, when you're talking about that fear, is that it's I like this little paragraph here where she goes, if you want to be a fine new person with a fine new life, you've got to put the person you were behind you, like a snake sheds its skin. You've got to stop picking through your hoard of hurts and grievances like a miser through his coins. Set them down and allow yourself to go free. You've got to forgive and you've got to trust, not because anyone else deserves it, but because you do. And I was like, God damn,
What
that
a
is
nice, good bit of wisdom from Joe there. I think that's Joe speaking directly to the reader. Like, come on, guys.
yeah.
Don't be so bitter about life. It's good to just move on.
Yeah, absolutely. And so Chev opens the door, and immediately it's shattered. It's shattered because she's seeing Kharkov getting pounded by some dude. No, anyway. So
You're straight. What?
no, she walks in, and the room is in shambles. Everything is torn up, broken. Even her tea set that Harrison mentioned. Apparently, they took whoever was in there made the effort to individually break each teacup and bend each spoon. It was just
I think it's interesting. She talks about her prayer bells beforehand, like in the first time we see her, and the prayer bells are like, oh yeah, this is my one nice thing that I have, and then they get they get messed up and they get burned inside of her smokehouse. This is her new little thing. It's like her what do you call it? Her gift to herself. I'm gonna have this nice thing. It's gonna be mine. It's where my home is. It's my livelihood. I can take pride in it. Again, it's really sad that it just gets smashed. Just like the prayer bells. You can't have anything nice.
sorry. And so she looks around and she sees what she thinks is Kharkov slumped on the floor. Really, is just a bunch of her clothes. And then she sees on the pillow that like that bed is torn up. Like I said, a piece of paper that says basically, Chev, been a long time. Kharkov's with me at Baroya's fort on Carp Island. Better come quick before I tire of her conversation. Better come alone, because I get shy in crowds. Just want to chat to begin with. Horold. And the same mark that was on that paper that forgave her.
Dun,
And
dun, dun.
Chev is like, what the fuck? And so Chev, her idea, her thinking was that the worst case scenario was that Kharkov decided that she didn't want Chev. And turns out there's always a worst case scenario. And so, but Chev is tired of this bullshit. She goes to a secret hiding place in a wall of the room
She does
where
the John Wick. She does the John Wick montage.
yeah,
She's
yeah,
like, I'm coming out of retirement. Kaping,
yeah.
kaping. They took my girlfriend. But I'm suiting up. I'm buying. I got all these bandoliers and poisons and sword breakers.
And I like the item she uses to break a hole in the wall is a broken bust of Baez.
We're like, yes, excellent choice.
Yeah, and so she in that hole is like her black bag of goodies, her thieving tools, let's say, and
Bag of tricks.
And so, because for Shevadaya, it was time to fight. And so, Chev, it's a little bit of time later, she makes her way through through Talons to she basically looks for Javra, right? And she's going through like Harrison, George, feel free to jump in here. But like the slums of Talons. She remarks about like how, but like Jesus Christ, it's a shitty place.
She basically goes to the hub of scum and villainy for across the galaxy. I'm sorry, for across Syria. She just goes to like the shitty smokehouse, a place that she probably would have owned in another life.
Yes, and she finds it's it's a, let's call it an inn, a pub, a tavern, a smokehouse, whatever. And she finds Javra in this place, absolutely hammered, covered in all kinds of fluids, bodily and not bodily, apparently, which is like, ugh. I like how it goes. it was matted with ash with slime. Her hair, Javra's hair was matted with ash, with slime, with food, with things that could not be identified, that should not be identified, lest they offend God to the extent that he felt obliged to end creation.
I also love the fact that she's like, oh no. She's like, it took Javra days of drinking for anybody to even notice. And here she was, actually drunk.
But when she's this drunk, she is colossally drunk.
I like the fact that she smells as well. Because if anybody's been to a festival and didn't shower for a couple of days,
yeah.
exactly what that's like.
Yeah. And so she sees Javra and she's like, "Ew, Javra, you stink." And she goes, "Yeah, well, I've been entirely busy drinking, fucking, and fighting. I cannot even count for how long I've been fucking drunk for." And, Chev is trying to talk to Javra, and Javra's like, is ignoring her. She goes, "Chev, let me introduce you to my friends." And apparently it's about a few Union soldiers that are sitting at that table. She goes, "This one," she introduces Chev, and she goes, "This is Lieutenant Forrest. Wow." And this
Hey,
one,
he's a lieutenant now, by the
he's a
way.
lieutenant.
Hey, he's an officer now. Thanks, Styria.
And the sleeping gentleman is Lance Corporal Yoke. Interesting.
Lightweight.
And then she goes, "And this lucky fucker, skillful apparently, is Sergeant Tunney."
I like the fact that Tony's described as a ratty man. That's exactly how I saw him. He's just like scrawny and a bit,
Yeah, scum of the earth.
Yeah. But then Tunney corrects her, and he goes, "No, Corporal." And then Forrest chimes in by saying, "Got himself demoted again over a goose and a whore." And then I like how Tunney goes, "She was worth it, and the whore wasn't bad either."
Oh, it's so dumb.
Yes. So basically, the whole notion of this interaction here is that Chev is asking Javra for help, and Javra is kind of, let's say, upset.
Being difficult.
Yeah, because apparently Chev had told Javra that doesn't want anything to do with her, that she had find new friends.
Ah.
That must have hurt Javra's feelings.
Yeah, she's scorned like a scorned lover, and she's like, you give them everything, and they run away, and then the second they need you, they come in right back again. And who can blame her?
Yeah, and I like how Javra they name drop a couple of people that we've met in the past, right? Besides, Butcher Capriel. She goes, what about your grinning merchant friend Mahood? He has deep pockets. He could help you. And it's like, "Oh shit, we saw Mahood." And she goes, "Nah, can't do that." The North.
She says she can't do that because he won't. He's like a miser with his money.
Yeah, yeah. And then she goes, "What about that Northman you were working with? The one with the eye or the whatever it is?" And she goes, "Trembles." No, shivers. He goes, "No, some help is better to do without." And she goes, "Well, then you could do without my help then." And she goes to like take a drink, and Chev slaps it out of her hand. And Chev's like, "I need you sober." She goes, "Fuck you." And then Tunney goes, "Oh, here you go." He gives her.
She slaps it again, and it lands in the exact same place.
Yeah. And then Tunney goes like, "Bloody hell, girl! I wish you wouldn't do." And then Jarver gets mad, and she goes, "Talk to my friend like that again, you cocksucker. You will be picking your teeth from my knuckles." And Tunney goes, "You know what? I'm a soldier. The last thing I want to do is have a fight." And Forrest goes, "You know what, ladies, with great respect, I think that's an end to the evening. We got an early start tomorrow, back to Middleland after our defeat, blah, blah, blah." And I like how they grab Yolk and they wake him up, and he's like, I raise. And he just throws up. And so then I go, so they make their goodbyes, and then now it's just Javra and Chev, and she goes, "Look, no one else is gonna help me, Javra. They don't trust Kharkov. They don't want Horl to kill them." And Javra goes, "I don't trust that wiggling bitch anymore. There's beef there." And basically, Javra goes, how do I explain this? Hold on. Oh, right here. Javra goes, look, she looks like a snake, moves like a snake, thinks like a snake. She saw you coming, Chev, just like she always does, and she thought dinner. In spite of all the wrong she has made you look up, down over the years, she only had to swagger that round ass past you once, and you were hooked all over again. She sank that ship with you on it, lest we forget. And Chev goes, it's different this time. But, she's conflicted internally because is she hurt because they were false or because they were true, the words that Javra was saying?
Hmm.
And then Javra goes, it's not different. Nothing ever is. How can a woman as clever as you not see it? And then Chev just gets angry. She goes, I do fucking see it, but I don't care anymore. I have to make the best of it. I have to have something before it's too late. I can't run anymore, Javra. I can't run. I'm tired and I need your help. Please help me. And then Javra stares at her for a long time. Then she gets up while everything's clambering, glasses, table, all that stuff. She goes, cunt of the goddess, Shivadai, you know you only had to ask. My sword is yours always.
So
Where is
sweet.
my
It's
sword?
such a nice moment. It's such a nice moment to see. First,
Yeah.
Chev come to the conclusion that Javra's right, and also Javra to kind of like fold and go, "Oh yeah, I still love you. We're best friends."
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. It's been a long
heartwarming.
time. They've been together for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a bit of a break, and then they start making their way to Carp Island.
But
This is
wait,
where
I just want to say before that, I love the bit where she's like, "My sword is always yours," but where is my sword?
yeah. That's a great one. And then yeah, there's a bit of a break, and then they start making their way to Carp Island. This is where I'm gonna need you boys.
So basically, yeah, Chev is fucking absolutely 100% on point. She's on the mission. She's brought all of her tools with her. I can imagine her like climbing up the side of the battlement here, like jingling. She's got so many things on her.
I like how she's like talking about how she's got like this is so relatable. She got all ready and then she's got her straps and some of the straps are way too tight and she feels constricted. Some of the straps are way too loose and just like causing things to like rattle and hit the side of her leg and she's got a garrote that goes right down her ass. She's like she says distractingly going right down her ass crack.
And I love as well. She's like, she never even used a garrote except to cut cheese, and only that is a joke.
I can imagine she like was all dramatic about it. She's like, Java, check this out. Yeah. So
Just a
relatable.
quick aside as well. Just a little thing, but you know how Joe uses carping as talking, like just chatting away, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
It's interesting that this is called Carp Island when we know what happens in a little bit.
That's a good point. I bet he does that on purpose. Or there's a history of the world building where they got a lot of carp from this island. Around the in the sea. I'm kidding. It's
I
probably
mean, either way is possible. So But yeah, so Chef skillfully grapples up the side of the battlements on Carp Island, and there's a very funny fight scene that could come straight out of a fucking Three Stooges sketch. I especially love the fact like he pokes his head out when she's right there, and he's like, "Oh."
And she says she has this small urge to just be like, just smile, not kind, like, oh hello, didn't see you there. Oh, it's so funny.
Always take them by surprise. Never let them know your next move.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she actually subdues all the guards, and for the first time in this little saga of Chev and Javra, Chev actually does all the fighting here. She subdues 3 men
Yes, and she
with
does
her
it.
skills and her tactics.
And she does it pretty skillfully too, I would say, right? Like yeah, she brought this sword breaker, which is like a teethed sword that can break weapons, and I thought that was pretty cool weapon, and she beat them all, and she's like, oh okay, I did it, and she stands up right as Javras like comes through the window like oh What'd you need me for? Shev's like, I needed someone to row the boat.
I love that as well. I love the fact that like Chev does all the work and then Java just kicks a door open. She's like, I'm
Yes.
here. Oh, it's
Hello.
too late. So then they get to just outside the room where they think Kharkov was being held, and they hear it's like, oh no, you bastard, no, don't do that. Oh no, no more, no more. And obviously that sounds awful, and especially in the audiobook as well, it does sound like like something awful is
Yes.
happening. And then they burst in through the door, and they see
They see that he's just pouring wine. Harald the Finger just pouring wine in Kharkov's glass. And in a manner of that would sound like a clinking, clink, clink. And her going, and she's like looking at him like, no, you evil bastard, don't get me drunk. You know, like, not one more, please. I don't want any more wine. And they both look over at her, and they're like, "Oh, hi, how are you?" And they're all kind to her and everything. They're like, "Oh, you're here." And George, I apologize. I'm trying to remember the beginning of this exchange where she's like talking to her. I'm trying to remember who talks first, Harold the Finger or
Harold.
Oh, now you want to interject?
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I just can't remember who.
Well,
talked to her
basically,
first.
like Chev walks in and she's all surprised, and Kharkov is surprised that she actually came for her, which is weird considering everything, all
Yeah.
the context. But Harold is like, Shavidia, it's good to see you. And Chev's just like, what? What the fuck? I just killed 5 men to get in here. And Harold's like, don't worry about it. I can always get more. There are always henchmen in Styria.
Oh, it's so funny.
But yeah, it's basically Harold especially takes a interest in the fact that Javra is there.
Yeah,
is
I
good.
think it's interesting too how Harold's like, oh, hey, you know, he's all being cordial and everything, and he basically tells her like, oh yeah, that letter thing, yeah, I was just trying to get your attention, really, you know, I'm gonna hold my word, like you guys are gonna be fine. I'm a man of my word, so I built my whole reputation was following what I said. Yeah, I'm over Crandall years ago. And he mentions that like he's got 11 he's got 11 other children, so whatever. One of them even basically runs Westport, who we may see in the next trilogy. I don't quite remember. And he's all chill about it. And then Shvelia is like, well then what the fuck? What's the point of any of this? Why is this a thing in the first place?
But I especially like the fact that it's like, yeah, well, I agreed to not harm you or any of your associates, but that agreement did not include T-sets. And you just got to make a point, haven't you? You know, you killed my son, so I've got to make some kind of some effort to save
And
face,
get something
you know?
out of it.
And get something out of it, maybe.
And we know he didn't really like his son Crandall. He even doubted the parentage there.
He was a little piece of shit, yeah.
He
That's a really good twist as well. I like, you know, that's a really common thing in like crime, or especially in John Wick, like you said earlier. Like, you know, the little shit gets killed and the dad has to take retribution. But in this case, he's just like, nah, I knew he was a little cunt. It's fine. He deserved to die.
Yeah, I get it. I see it. I know why. Wasn't that surprised when they came back and told me.
But yeah, essentially, the whole reason why Harold the Finger has brought all of this about is because it's all about Javra.
Yeah, basically, they knew they knew, as we will unfortunately learn. Kharkov knew that if Shiv was going to come, she was going to bring Javra, and Shvedia kind of figures it out as they're like talking to her about it, and she like looks at Javra, and she's like, "Javra, run!" And too late, they're already surrounded. There's all these Thond. Wait a minute, what are Thon people called?
Ondish.
Thondites.
Thondites.
They're all surrounding them, and Javra though is pretty chill. She's just like, yeah, whatever. And but one of the individuals steps forward, and she kind of seems slightly familiar to Shevadiah, and she is she's got like a sleeveless white robe on, and she's like, Javra.
It's
Turns
been too
out,
long.
yes. Turns out this woman is Javra's mother, and Shvedia is like, oh, you mean like metaphorically speaking, because you guys are like got this whole like sisterhood thing going on, and she's like, no, she's my mother.
Look, wait, so we've been chased across the breadth of the circle of the world for 14 years by your mother? She can be extremely stubborn. Which again is a fantastic twist. I like the fact that this whole thing, the whole saga, has basically just been a family feud, like the whole time.
Yeah,
Which is wild.
but Javra posts up. She's like, you know what? Okay, yeah, I don't give a fuck. If you're going to, if we're gonna fight, I'll give you the same option I gave everybody else. Either live and fuck off, or die by my sword. And she's like, come on, you really gonna be like that? I'm your mother. She's like, yep, I don't give a fuck. And she says, well, I have an option for you instead. I want you to go steal this MacGuffin from this wizard. And she actually, this is interesting to me from world building perspective. She's like a magus from the old time, and she says it with disgust, which implies she knows what they're capable of and their abilities to some degree. Like, she's aware of them and doesn't think they're a myth, is what I'm trying to say. So I find that fascinating. But obviously, we don't get much elaboration there. So
Well,
she
this is really the first time that we've had indication of any other kind of organization that could rival the power of the Magi.
Yes.
Like, we have that, Kalul and Baez and Zacharias and all that. But this is the first time we've had anything else that is like, these people actually have genuinely magic powers.
Yes. Yeah, so maybe, like I mentioned it before, maybe they actually have legitimately magical powers from a different source, or from the other side, but it's used entirely differently, and it's a quote unquote school of magic that was not thought to be real by the Magi. Who knows? But she offers this up, and Jeffrey's like, well, one of the best parts ever, right? Is she offers it up, and she goes, okay, yeah, I'll take it. And Chev is just like, she sits there, she posts up next to Javra, and she's like, prepared to like die for her friend and everything. And that's super sweet. And Javra like looks down at her, and she's like, really, like, you can tell that Javra is very touched by this, that she's just gonna go with her. And and her mother is like, who is this impudent scum? and
This is Shevenia, the best thief in Westport, and my partner.
And it's like the classic comedy ending, right? The comedy duo ending. And she's like, and I used to be her psychic. She goes, no, partner. And it's honestly, it is very sweet, to be honest. It's fun to laugh at, but it's really sweet. And then she's like, well, no, you don't got to worry about it. I'm going to take the offer. And Shvedia is like, well, I'll go with you. We'll go do it together. And Javra's like, no. You've done all this adventures and stuff. You have a chance to get away, to go live your life. You're going to go do that now, and I'll be just fine. Don't worry about it. And it's really sweet. Kharkov kind of like pulls her back. And what are you guys' thoughts on this moment? I really like this moment. It's fairly sweet. I probably butchered it, but it's very, very sweet.
No, that's perfect. I think it's a lovely moment.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, apart from the fact that Javra could have just done this in the first place,
we're not going to talk about that.
It's the ultimate irony, isn't it? The fact that they built this relationship over essentially what is a misunderstanding. It's pure Joe Abercrombie, But yeah, Chev and Javra's relationship really comes to a head here, where they really do respect each other in a way that they won't admit to each other if they're not having, a one-to-one discussion. And it's a really good friendship, a genuine friendship, and I really feel it, even though we've only had a few chapters with these guys.
Yeah, I don't know. I got that sense like like even during the second chapter, right, with them, like some time had passed, and even though they were like Chev essentially was bickering, and Javra was kind of like big sistering her, right?
Yeah.
You could tell like no, they've actually cultivated their own personal uh what's the
Rapport.
word?
Relationship.
Personal rapport dynamic. Yeah, just but it's true. It isn't forced. It's authentic, and so
Yeah.
and you see that kind of like mature and blossom in this moment.
I do especially like the end of this part as well. It's just the last line is just "Go fuck yourself, Harold." But that's another thing as well that I find is interesting, that Chev has been running away from this guy forever, and just to be able to at the end of this just get over it, just be like, "Oh, you're just a piece of shit," whatever.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. And also, like, he was totally okay with the killing of his son, so it's like she didn't even really need to run all this time.
Yeah, it's
Well,
hilarious.
neither of them did they? Because Chev were gonna just turn around and go, "Okay, I'll go home, whatever." The perfect stubbornness of people, something that Joe captures again and again and again, which is why we keep coming back.
It's true. I think it's these moments where everybody is, we say it like every end of the character arcs. Everybody is like where they want to be from the start, but not how they meant to get there. Or they're not happy with their actual situation. That the grass is greener on the other side. He does it all the time, and it's very accurate to real life too. You don't end up being where you thought you were going to end up being, but it's probably better than what you thought it was going to be. Or it's worse, and you're gonna make the most out of it. So, I think it's done pretty well for how little time we get these characters. To be honest, I know we get one more chapter, but it's not really the same dynamic at that point.
No. So, Chev and Kharkov head back to Chev's ruined place.
They got to redecorate now.
Every woman's dream, Jeffrey. Every woman's dream.
Wow, way to be sexist there.
It's a fact, and you know it.
You're on your own there, buddy. I'm saying it.
If any women in the audience do not like redecorating, you let us know. Email us right fucking now and tell me you hate it.
I like redecorating.
Thank you, George.
I like redecorating.
Everybody likes. Oh, okay.
So, but you
I didn't say that only
you said
women.
You said women.
All right, okay, that's fair. He didn't say only women. That is.
He did.
I
Okay,
didn't say only women.
He didn't say only women, but the way you said it, I don't know, buddy. A person could infer.
Suspect.
Suspect.
Jeffrey, you're gay.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Prime content there, lads. That's good.
But you were saying, George, they went back to their place that they need to redecorate.
And this is the first time that we've ever seen like Kharkov be actually like not manipulative toward. Oh, I say that not manipulative, but positive towards Chev, and not like just to tease all the time. She's being like, "Oh, we're gonna go out. Everything's gonna be better now," and Chev just has this creeping feeling like something isn't right here. This is a bit weird. I don't know.
Well, because they've been together, they've slept together, they did all that stuff. But there is something that's just bothering Chev, like you were saying, George.
Yeah. She's been too nice now. And I love this line. It's like, "Oh, what would a mysterious beauty be without any mysteries?" And it comes out in the first part of this part, and it will come up again later. But that is a really interesting, like, people feel like they have to hold themselves back and be mysterious so that they're not transparent. Yep. And that comes through here when Chev gets a messenger while Kharkov is undressing in the bedroom. Oh yes. And The letter says, Kharkov, my old friend, just wanted to thank you again for your help. No one spins a story like you. Pleasure to watch your work as always. If you come through Westport again, I'll have more for you and well paid. I've always got things that need taking from here to there. Hope it all went well with my father in Tarlins. I swear you're the one woman he holds in higher regard than me. Stay careful, Leandra. And this is when Chev starts to put it together that Kharkov was just trying to get rid of Javra
The whole time.
the whole time.
Yeah.
Which is classic
Even-
manipulative behavior, right? You know,
Also, it's classic Joe into the character arc. Plot twist!
The whole time of this chapter.
yes, for this chapter, not from the
yeah.
beginning.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a horrible thing to think about. You know, somebody that you idolize and that you love, and that to realize that person is manipulating you is a horrible thing.
Yeah.
And this is when Chev really realizes that this whole mysterious beauty thing is just an act, and Kharkov is really just not that deep
Just
at all.
A fucking bitch.
Yeah, just a bitch. Which is something that I think everybody that's been in relationships over time, you might like somebody for a reason that you realize doesn't even exist in the first place.
Yep.
And I think that's such a human thing again, Joe. You've knocked it out of the park again.
You've done it again with just so few lines of character. It's such a simplistic thing, and he really does get you'd be like, it's irritating too because Chevedia really does just kind of been fucked over. Most of the characters in Joe's books, they kind of do it to themselves, and to be fair, I'm sure Chevedia could have been smarter about it. I'm sure that everybody could be. Everyone could have been. But she really does just get fucked over. And, she goes back in there, and, she's looking at Kharkov, and Kharkov's, all naked, and she's like, yeah, let's just, go party. Let's go out. I'm going to make it up to you later. Come on. Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Yeah, and then, she confronts her about it, which is wise. She doesn't immediately run away, which is what she normally would have done without talking to her. But she brings it up, and she's like, you planned this, you knew, and she's like, well, yeah, but I had to do it this way. Yeah, I had to know how much you actually love me. You had to prove your love to me, and you passed with flying colors. You exceeded all my expectations. Not only did you come to save me, you gave Javra up for me. Wow, you really are the best partner. And now I'll really commit to you.
That's it, isn't it? Like when we hear outside of when Chev thinks that Kharkov's being tortured, it's like, oh, don't worry, she's never going to come for me. She didn't even think this was going to work. This is just a play, and it just happened to work out. And what kind of what kind of basis is that for a relationship, So it's really, really good that Chev, the second that Kharkov's outside after this, just goes, actually, no, I want to go after Javra. Grabs the stuff and leaves.
Yeah.
Good on you, Chev.
Yeah, she waits till obviously Kharkov goes back into the bedroom all horny, I'll see you soon, wink, wink, to get undressed or dressed or whatever. And then Chev's like, yeah, I'll be right there. And as soon as Kharkov goes into the room, comes out, and that's the end of that chapter, right? Boys, how do you rate it?
I'm going to give this one. I really like this. I love the fact that there's so many mentions. There's a couple of things that I do want to bring up quickly. Right at the beginning, we get Cabrian being executed, which is one of the magnates that is brought up by Zacharias in Best of Cold. Not Best of Cold, sorry, in Before They're Hanged.
Right, and because Zacharias' guy was who again?
I think it was either no, it wasn't Cabrian. It was the other one.
Cabrian.
I can't remember.
Sarmus.
Yes.
Sarmus. I think that's.
So that means that Zacharias' faction has prevailed in the Old Empire, which is just a one-line thing that can be thrown away, but it's going to come up later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, and I like the fact too, that Chevedia is I like this chapter because you got to get an overview of everybody because she's been everywhere.
Oh, did we even touch on the reference?
Yes, it is. You have to be realistic, said that old Northman outside a square deal.
Oh shit! She really has been everywhere. This bitch is well traveled. She's the ultimate definition of wanderlust in the First Law universe. God damn.
Yeah, and she also saw Kal-El do the big prayer in Shaffa,
Which is crazy.
which is and that is one of the only things that we ever see from like the Kansic point of view, which is interesting.
Write a book in Canto, Joe. Don't be scared.
Cheveria is essentially just an exposition machine.
Basically.
And damn, she's good at it.
No, she's good at it, yeah. Best exposition machine in the circle of the world.
Love the reference there. Love it. So what's your score then, George?
I'm going to give this one an 8. I really,
Yeah.
really enjoy this. I love the fact that this is all tied up. Everything. You see all of these interesting characters that all just play their parts so well. And the whole... I love the fact that Chev eventually gets over her obsession with the Kharkov and realizes what is really important, which is the person that
Friends.
sits by her the longest, you know.
Friends. Love.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a 7 and a knuckle. You know, it's probably I can't remember the next one, but as of right now, I think it's the best Chev Javra chapter, and because there is growth here. There is growth. I mean, it's quick near the end, obviously, and although we could talk about like the growth that Chev experiences by, you know, oh, she's got to actually like stand and fight. She's tired of running, and she's actually standing that ground right there. So obviously, you know, there's humor all over the place. There's great exposition. Yeah, I like this chapter a lot. 7 and a knuckle for me. Hedison?
I think.
Here we go. He's gonna give it a 2.
Actually, I was gonna give it a 9.
Oh,
I think it does so much work in so little time and picks up from moments that, like, I don't know, like I always feel really touched by this whole scene. You know, like how they all are, how the people interact with one another, and it's really sad to see how Chevelia is treated by the person she loves. But like everybody kind of grows from it. Everybody shows a character arc, and to have this much satisfaction and this little time with these characters, I think it's really impressive and it's really satisfying. And it's a pretty fun chapter, but it also gets really serious. My favorite kind of fiction, in terms of small doses, is fiction that can go from being really, really fun to being very, very serious, and I think this nails that perfectly. So I think it's in terms of the Chevenjar chapters, definitely the strongest and the best one. And I think for me personally, it deserves the 9.
Oh shit! Get it, King. Get it. Or at least in this case, maybe get it, Queen.
Yes, Chev. Slay.
Slay it.
Yes, Queen.
Well, we love that. I mean, that was a great read through. That was great. So let's move on to our character spot. Boys, who are we gonna shine a nice little spotlight on?
Harl the Finger. There's a lot of characters in here in this section, so we thought about quite a few different people, but we figured he was the most dynamic. He really is like one of those people who are like, he's a quote unquote honorable character. And that was really satisfying to see him just be like, yeah, no. I'm a, like, he's authentic, I guess is the best term for it.
Okay.
He means what he says and he sticks to it. He didn't really do anything wrong. I mean, anybody else, think about it. Yeah, she's the main character and that's unfortunate, but like, if you were from Harold the Finger's perspective, some random girl who you chased after once, if she's in Styria, if you notice, she's been in Styria for some time, he hasn't come after her. It's mostly they've been running from Javras people, mostly. And so she's just been afraid that he's going to come after her. And so he's honestly a pretty stand-up guy. He's like the classic crime boss, good guy, you know?
Honorable crime boss?
Yeah, honorable crime boss. And I think it's cool. I like it. I like that he's that way.
There's something to be said that one of the most honorable people in this universe is a ruthless crime lord.
Which, you know, it's funny because you're like, he doesn't really do anything wrong. He's honorable. It's like, all right, but let's talk about the poor, unfortunate henchman that he apparently didn't warn them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, he clearly doesn't place any value on henchmen at all. You know, henchmen are people too. I'm gonna say the brave thing now.
How dare you?
we need to put together a labor
I
union
didn't realize
for
you
these
were
henchmen.
so pro. I didn't realize you were
Yes.
pro hinge person.
You're exactly right, Jeff. You're
What-
exactly right. We need a labor union for henchmen.
Yes.
What?
What's the
You know-
slogan? What's the slogan?
You know, Shivenia would
no
actually
henching
pro
without equal pay, something like that.
that. Yeah. But aren't they? Didn't we already determine that? Are they hinge people?
I got it. Here's the slogan: no pay, no hench.
They're like, what do you guys call yourself? We're hinge people, hinge persons, the hinges.
The hench.
The hench persons alliance.
What the fuck?
so
Oh,
dumb.
Harold, you're a man that, yeah, I guess you're an honorable man. You know, if we also, overlook the whole henchman thing and also overlooking the fact that you pretty much just within 3 seconds basically disowned your son. A number of things, right?
Yeah, for good reason though. I mean, it takes a, I find this very interesting where parents will defend their children even if they're absolute pieces of shit. So it's nice that you see a character that's like, yeah, he was my son, but he was a cunt. So
He was a cunt.
I'm glad that guy's dead.
Yes.
Oh.
It's refreshing.
Yeah, he's a businessman. I also like the idea too. There's a small idea that, as a whole of the chapter, one reason why I rated it really high as well is because it's kind of this. We kind of get an update on everybody all at once without really breaking a little bit of breaking immersion. It's a little silly, a little ridiculous, a little over the top. That we went here, we met this person, and oh, remember that one time with that one person? Yeah, but it also is really, really good. Like, if you're reading the stories and you read the heroes and you're like, I wonder what happens next, you should read this next to kind of know what's going on in the world. I think it actually is really cool because we can also see this modernization of Styria to a degree. In one scene that I really like, and that's the fact that Harold the Finger is like more of a businessman now. She sees him, he's like, oh, he's not like some slumlord now. He's got like, a merchant attire. And I like that there's that evolution there. And that kind of is for all of Styria. So that's another reason why I rated it high as well.
Okay. So Harold the Finger is the character that we have spotlighted. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you have enjoyed this. We appreciate y'all. That's our show, everyone. We want to thank you all for listening and supporting this podcast. As you know, this is a passion project for the three of us, and your support means oh so much.
Join us next week as we cover Freedom, Abercrombie, Summer 590, and Tough Times All Over, Saponi, Spring 592.
And make sure you follow us on all of our social media or shoot us an email at circleworldpodcast@gmail.com.
And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcast from. And please make sure to rate and review us. Thank you all again for listening.
You and I, side by side,